What's up, guys? It's Ben coming at you with the hottest striped shirt in the entire world. Check it. Fresh as hell. Alright, anyway, first and foremost, I'm feeling a little gross, feeling a little under the weather because someone at my local Starbucks messed up and put whole milk instead of soy milk in my coffee today. And I asked for soy milk because whole milk makes me feel like I'm going to vomit everywhere. So I feel like I'm going to vomit, but I'm going to do this video anyway because I'm a trooper. I'm going to change my gender so I can get through anything. I can get through this. So I'm going to keep trucking and just continue to make this video. Maybe you'll get a cool action shot of me projectile vomiting. Anyway, moving on. What not to say to a trans guy, aka how to not be an asshole. I happen to be a trans guy, so I kind of have, some decent knowledge on the subject. Let's get started. One thing that really fries my onions is when people say,
"Oh my god, I could never tell. You look just like a guy."
Yeah, I do, because I am a guy. I look like a guy because I am a guy. Crazy concept, but bear with me, like a guy because I say I'm a guy. And that's all you have to do to look like a guy, is if you say, I'm a guy, then you look like a guy. And that's how that's gonna work. So to put this in perspective, because some people think that this is the compliment amongst all compliments, I'm gonna tell you why it's not. If I came up to you one day and said, hey girl, you look just like a girl, great for you. They're gonna look at me like I have 3 heads, because it's not a compliment, it's just being a fucking wacko. So zip it with that shit. My next situation is where I'm like, hey, don't say that, that's offensive. And they're like,
no, that's not offensive. How is that offensive?
It's offensive because I'm offended by it, and that's the definition of being offensive, is when you offend somebody. Shouldn't have to lay it out, but sometimes you do. Don't ask someone, what's your real name, or what was your old name? It doesn't matter. It's obsolete. I bet you $100, I bet you $200 that when my mom got married to my dad and took his last name, no one was like, oh hey, so you changed your last name because you married that guy. What was your old last name? Just curious. Like if you were writing a book and you were like, blah blah blah, today I met this kid named Ben, his old name was blankety blank. No one's gonna give a shit about that. No one's gonna annotate that shit. No one's gonna give a flying fuck because it doesn't matter. It's a stupid thing to write about, it's a stupid thing to ask. Finding out someone's old name is not a missing puzzle piece to any kind of mystery. It's being invasive, and it makes someone uncomfortable when they obviously don't use that name anymore for a reason. So shut up. Thank ya. This one blows my mind, but don't ask a trans person or anybody,
hey, how do you have sex?
Let me, what? You're gonna come up in here on my grill. You're gonna ask me how I do the dirty? 1, that's fucked up, dog. 2, that's fucked up, dog. 3, that's fucked up, dog. Why are you gonna ask anybody how they have sex? Do I need to tell you what sex is? Do you not know about sex? If you don't know about sex, don't ask me about sex. Sex is pretty much the same all across the board for all creatures, except snails. Look up snail sex, by the way, that shit's crazy. If you think that having sex just means something going into something, you're having some pretty bad sex, dude. Someone's having some pretty bad sex in that situation. Might not be you, but many ways to have sex. So don't ask that question. Don't ask anybody that question. That's a weird question to ask.
So are you like gay or straight?
Well, I mean, is knowing my sexuality gonna help you sleep at night? Like, why? Who cares? I could literally title this video, Why Do You Care? You just don't need to know my sexuality. It doesn't, I'm not dating you. And if you were asking me that because you wanted to date me, you came up all in my grill and asked me some dumb question. I don't want to date someone who asks those kinds of questions, so you're already out. Get to the back of the line, dude. This is a question that I get so much. It drives me up a fucking wall. Why do you need to know how tall I am? Do you need to know how long my hair is too? It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm assuming that you're thinking that height is associated with masculinity, and it's not. So use your brain, please, and refrain from asking me that question. Another one is, have you had the surgery? If people could just stop being so close-minded and think that everything has a rule book, there's no specific way to do anything. I mean, that would really work. That would really benefit the entire world. But anyway, the surgery. Not all trans guys have surgery. Also, the question, have you had the surgery, is such a broad question. Like the surgery? Oh, like I had a mole removed on my back when I was 5. The surgery. Oh god. If you're mad at a trans person, or you wanna, you know, get back at them for any reason, and you wanna use their old name and the wrong pronouns on purpose, you need to do some, you know, you need to do some soul search. You need to do some digging deep inside yourself, because you're pretty fucked up. And yeah, you're pretty fucked up, so don't do that. Ugh, my phone is about to fucking keel over. Alright. So I need to wrap this up. I don't know what it is about the majority thinking that they can ask the minority super rude, intrusive questions, but that seems to be how things work around here. And people get so, you know, offended and uptight, like, if you're not gonna answer my question, like, how am I supposed to know? And you don't have to know. People have to realize that a lot of trans people's lives are private, and it's for a reason. There are a lot of people whose lives are in danger if some of this information would get out. Before you decide to ask a trans person any kind of question regarding their body or their transition, don't. I'll see you in 2 Wednesdays. Peace.